So my people, I have with me a young, vibrant man who has been, would you say, an entertainer and together an activist in this country. He was one of the major voices during the NSAS protest. And then I would like to introduce Debo Adedayo, popularly known as Mr. Macaroni. Hi, you're welcome, sir. Great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Who they breathe? Look at you are really looking charming and amazing and all that. So for a charming young man like you, don't you sometimes think like, as charming as I am like this, how will I be doing activism? You know, this is stress day now. Is stressful? It's not something that. Is it something that what drives you to do it, despite the fact that you are this calm person?
Yeah. And maybe because I don't necessarily see it as activism. Of course, people will call it activism.
That is what it is.
Yeah, but it's more of standing up against impunity and injustice. That's my person. That's who I've always been. I'm a strong believer of fairness, love, truth, and justice. So any situation that I find myself in that negates those principles that I stand for is worrisome for me. So I find myself speaking up against it, and because I also know that by default, there are some people who would not be as courageous or as bold to speak up for themselves, despite the oppression, So I think it's more of a moral duty, more of an obligation for me by virtue of how I've always been to speak up for myself and for those around me.
All right. Okay, so looking at what you went through during the Occupy Lekki toll gate, do you see yourself still getting involved in any other peaceful protests that might be coming up?
Of course, why not?
With all that you went through?
Oh, come on. What did I go through? I didn't go through anything that.
You went through a lot.
Yeah, but others
you don't see that. You don't see that anything.
Yeah, I believe it was a tactic to scare me and
away
scare
from
others.
And the youth.
So for me is stupidity at its best on that part. You understand? Because if doing that to me would now make me shy away from those things that I've always stood for, then it goes to show that I was never even serious about standing up for myself. So of course, yes, I will always be at spaces where we can speak up for ourselves and speak up for those around us. That's the true essence of living. You have to stand up for something or fall for anything.
All right. So how do you manage this? We know you like this, your horn, you are doing all kind of character, the sugar daddy thing.
Yeah.
We love you for that.
Yeah.
We know you popular for that.
Yeah.
Then you switch to this speaking up for people. They are kind of ironical if you look at it. Yeah. How do you manage the two? How do you
well, it's not a switch in particular, because like I said, that's who I've always been. It's just that now I'm in the limelight. Glory to God, I'm in the public space and people know who Debo Adedayo is, people know who Mr. Macaroni is. So it's more of my person as an entertainer and then my person as per what I stand for, my personality. Debo Adedayo is someone who believes in fairness, in truth, in love, and in justice. Debo Adedayo speaks up in the face of oppression. Debo Adedayo will not let for himself to be oppressed or those around him to be oppressed. Mr. Macaroni, on the other hand, is an entertainer. He's an actor, he's a performer. Mr. Macaroni is a performer that would, at any given time, interpret specific roles, either for entertainment of the audience, information dissemination, societal rejuvenation, and what have you. So I see it more as my person.
So you would say that the Debo Adedayo is your person, while Mr. Macaroni is something you just Yeah,
Mr. Macaroni is a stage. That's why it's my stage name.
He's a character.
He's a character, yes. Yes.
Okay. So it doesn't give you too much stress.
It doesn't, because that is my person. When I speak up for people, when I preach love, when I do things, I do it because that is the person that I am. And just because I love to see people treated respectfully, everyone deserves to be treated with respect and with fairness.
Yeah. So now, you know what is going on in this country now. This is our Twitter banting.
Yeah.
Well, what's your mind like? What came to mind here? You don't ban Twitter. Twitter is, we cannot have access to Twitter again.
Yeah. In fact, I made a video about it yesterday. I'm supposed to post it any moment from now.
Okay.
Yeah. I said that there was also a conference I went for, was the day before yesterday, and that was the topic of discourse. And I mentioned it. I said it's sheer arrogance with irresponsibility here and there, because you're talking about a government who cannot see beyond their pride and their ego. We have almost 40 million social media users in Nigeria as of today. Out of those 40 million users, millions of them are earning an income.
Yes, as business owner, influencers.
Millions of those social media users rely on those social media platforms for information, for networking, job opportunities.
Yeah.
In fact, as of today, Twitter has become a society police, because you find that kidnappings, Twitter is a lot of people just start tweeting about it. Yeah, anything goes wrong, people just tweet about it. So, if it was a government that cares about the plight of the people, they would put those 40 million plus users first before their own pride and their ego. Leadership is about service, it's about selflessness, sacrifice. So, if you don't see beyond yourself as a leader, you would find yourself leading your people into doom, and you're leading them. You're not exactly leading them, you're ruling them. So leaders are servants. They look from the perspective of the people that they're sworn to serve.
Sure.
So it's highly embarrassing, it's disgraceful, we don't look good. And they keep talking about people demarketing the country. When government takes irresponsible decisions as this, it makes the country look very bad.
Yes.
So when international bodies and communities start to talk about it, it will be as if you see that Nigeria it's not a good place to live in.
Yes.
They are infringing on the rights of
some investors are already holding back because of this Twitter.
Yes.
I know one personally. They had to hold back and say we're not coming to Nigeria.
Because you are casting an impression of tyranny, that you do not want your people to speak. You don't want to hear the people. So you believe that whatever you do is all about you, not about your people. That's reprehensible, to say the least.
Do you foresee maybe this ban might be lifted anytime soon, based on how people are speaking up?
This government is not exactly known to be a responsive government. They react instead of respond. There are 1,000,001 problems Nigerians have been facing, even till now. The killings, the kidnappings, banditry, different things.
A new law has been passed, so for that.
So you don't, when these things happen, a responsive government, once the news is out, the duty of the government is to come out, give a press brief, we just got a report of this. We're working assiduously to ensure that this is taken care of. But sometimes 1 week, 2 weeks, you don't hear anything from them. But check out issues that directly affect them and make them angry. And you see how so this government is not exactly known to be responsive. And I think they are very careless. They don't care for the plight of the people. So I don't know. I'm not sure if they will do something about it. But I hope that they can disappoint me for once. programs.
I already know you. I know some of these government officials are already saying you as their friends. Recently, I saw a tweet where at official EFCC tweeted at you, and they're like, Mr. Macaroni. I think they are becoming their friends.
Well, the truth is, I'm not enemy of government. I'm not enemy.
Yeah, but since you're speaking of,
exactly. They will see you. So that's what happens when you have a government that does not understand what leadership should be about. If you find people speaking up offensive, then you have no business in leadership. Why? Because you're a servant. You are not a boss. As government should be, I, as a citizen, is your guy.
Yes, no.
Because you're working for me.
Yes.
So you need to listen to my plight. You need to know what I'm going through. So when I start to speak about these things and you take offense, it shows that you are coming from the boss angle.
Yeah.
So I'm not their enemy, but they could be seeing me as one, because I speak up. And for a lot of other people that do speak up, it feels like these people are enemies of government. No. If you do the right thing, we'll say the country has never been this bad. It is worse. People are dying, no jobs, the youths are crying, different things are happening in the country.
And you're not ready to take any.
Yeah. And you are not doing anything to show that you have.
But Twitter is the one where, and now it's we are losing so much because of this. But the youth are the receiving end of this. That's just what it's so painful about it. So let's shift focus a bit from this Twitter thing because I know it's just a thing of we have nothing to do than to just hope and pray that they would do something. So now, before Davo Adebayo became Mr. Macaroni that everybody loved to hear about, many people know you were into acting before now and all that. So if you are thinking back at before you get to the limelight, before everybody became before you became the internet sensation and the word sensation, what things, will I say tips or will I say nuggets, will you want to share with youths that in that upcoming stage? What would you like to share with them that can help them to before they can then get to your stage right now?
So first, before I say that, I will also mention that it's also part of the things we're talking about when we say government. For budding artists, the government has no plan. What is the plan for upcoming artists in Nigeria? Are they not citizens? So you even find, apart from the entertainment industry, for young people who do not have the capital, who do not have the connection, there are a lot of things going on for them. Is there a level playing ground for a young Nigerian to come forward and say he wants to compete? He wants to achieve those heights that he or she is set for him or herself and even beyond. So but for budding artists in my space, I always talk about passion first. You don't just see maybe a star or a sensation and you say, oh, you want to have what that person has and you want to be as great as that person without the passion. The passion comes first.
Not the creepy papa party. Fast.
So if you love something, you find yourself restless if you are not doing that thing, which was my case. I was acting for as long as I can remember. Acting, go for auditions, go for casting calls, go for this.
From your school days?
Yes, since school, even since primary school I've been acting. But if you say professionally, when I got into Nollywood, it was about 2012, which is about 9 years ago, even more than that, into Nollywood. But all of that time, I was, we were just trying to be out there. As an artist, there's a gem that lives inside every artist. Art is about expression, and every artist wants to express him or herself. When you find yourself in a space where you cannot express yourself, it sometimes leads to frustration, depression, anger, annoyance, and all of that. So that passion burns within you, and that's why you must also be resilient. If you
regardless of the situation?
Yeah, exactly. So, I could have said, oh, Nigeria is not making things easy and everything. I'll just sit at home doing nothing. But with that passion, when you add resilience to it, and you're resilient, and you say you must continue to show the energy, you must meet up with your passion, then you must educate yourself, you must move along with the world. Professor Yoruma used to say, "Ayenyi adegudo yitele." The world is spinning. You must spin along with the world.
Don't just be static.
Yeah, so it's a new age. When I fresh out of school as a theater graduate, I said to myself, I'll never do online content. I mean, I want to do big movies. I want to actually have lion. So I said, yeah. So but then I said, but why would I be doing online content? I know that's not what they taught us in school. But then I realized that this is the new age. This is the new age. You are equipped, and that's why we're talking about social media and what the government is trying to take away that they don't know. They don't know the impact. They don't know. Yeah, they don't know what they're doing. So you have your phone in your hands. I mean, people pick up their phones and record stuff every day. You never can tell what will just push them out there. So I think for the artists, we must explore all avenues available to us. Is what I always say something about whenever I'm asked about this. I said, you always have a chance if you don't stop. I mean, even let's say if God's grace is going to come through for you,
yes,
and His blessings, God's grace must catch you doing something for it works.
Yes, no.
Yeah. So you will always have a chance so long you don't stop. Or if you stop, you never get a chance.
Wow, that's a nice one. So far I've learned a lot from him. I know you have too. We'll be going on a short break and we'll be right back. Hello, welcome back. Let's continue learning from Mr. Macaroni. So, we've learned a lot from you so far, so let us continue to pick from you now. With the situation of things now in Nigeria, how do you think, would I say, the youth, what can they do for themselves to, would I say, live a better life because of the way everything is now?
Well, I've said that, we have such a loud voice now, especially owing to the protest and the unity that we derived from that. And all I can say is that we need to keep up with that energy. I mentioned that we need to align our voices into one massive movement. We need to get involved. Because at the end of the day, without getting involved, we might just keep having the same set of people recycle themselves. By
getting involved, do you mean that we should hold political offices? We should hold political offices? Or?
It could be, but majorly, you find, if you look at the population of youths in Nigeria today, as of now, between the ages of 18 and I think 31 or thereabout, 31 or 35, I can't really remember.
Okay.
We have about 60 million.
That's a lot.
Out of 200 million. How many people voted the last elections? I think it was a total of 20-something million that voted, that decided who the president would be.
Okay.
Maybe between 20 and 30 million of voters. So 200 million people. Then we have 60-something million. So you see that we have, the youth actually have capacity. If we say yes, we want to, everybody wants to join a political party. That's what I'm saying. For us, we could align ourselves into one massive movement. It's not that the elderly ones are not welcome to. Everyone who has good intentions for the growth and development of this country, and then we bench on that, we bank on that into producing a new system of our own, something that we would be proud of. But before that, we must also continue to use our voice to demand for better.
So for stardom, did you remember the, will I say, skit you did that brought you to limelight?
I don't know. I think they were just, all of them were just
building up.
Yeah. So, but there was one with Sheilo.
Okay.
Yeah, that was really everywhere. There was one with Sheilo that was really everywhere. There was another one with one. It was still that character, but more like it was deceived. The other one was just me and one lady like that.
Okay.
So I think
that you send money to.
yeah, I think people were just really So I think it was it's, but there were quite a number of them at the time. Yeah.
So when you found out that I'm already a sensation, everybody loved me. How was that feeling at first?
I don't know. Well, I can't say. I was just shocked a bit, knowing that it came sooner than I had expected.
Really?
I think by God's grace, I've always known that I would be successful.
Okay.
I move with that
mindset
all my life, from primary school through secondary school. So, and I'm always anywhere I find myself in, I'm always a voice. People are just drawn to me.
Okay.
So I've always known by God's grace. I didn't just know it will come as quick as it did. So I think I was overwhelmed at the beginning stage, and like, what? I can't even walk out the street again. So, but then of course I just started to manage it as I should.
Okay. All right. So now for the youths, because the major people, apart from other artisans and entrepreneurs that will be watching, this are youths. So for them, what would you say? This is is a general advice now. What do you say? Would I say a kind of mindset that they should carry on, regardless of where they find themselves, either in Nigeria or anywhere in the country? What would you say they should? What kind of mindset would you tell them to work with if they really want to be something in whatever they have chosen to do?
Yeah, a positive mindset, and a mindset of conviction, knowing fully well that the heights that we set for ourselves to attain are attainable, and that we can even achieve beyond what we set out to achieve, if only we keep on keeping on. There are a lot of vices that would want to dampen our spirits, given the way things are, how easily frustrated one can be, and how easily depressed and all of that. But I think beyond that, like I mentioned earlier, your passion should keep you going. Your passion should keep you going, knowing that every man is naturally equipped with the capacity, with the ability to be somebody in life, to be who he or she wants to be. And mind you, there are some people that are like a Jessica. Anyhow, anything life throws at them. But I strongly believe that everyone can be better for themselves. Just need a positive mindset. Your passion is very important, and going around with that energy, knowing fully well that you deserve to be a blessing to your generation. Yeah.
Wow. So we've come to the end of this part of the interview, and I've really learned a lot, and I believe you have as well. And when you watch this, you'll be dropping your comments for him to see. So we're going to be moving to the other part of this interview after this break. It's called Game of Five, and we are going to be learning new things about Mr. Macaroni. Stay with us, we'll be right back. If you're interested in having a great career in this fast-growing digital age, you need to acquire skills that businesses in this era need for growth. At Expert, our in-house and external trainers can help you develop the digital skills listed out on the screen. If this looks like what you need, contact us and let us prepare you for the future of growth. Welcome back. So we're in the Game of Five session, and it's going to be taking 5 questions, and each one must be answered within 5 minutes. Are you ready?
5 minutes is good. Thank you.
No.
At least before then, I can quickly check my phone.
So, like I said, we're going to be asking him 5 questions. That 5 minutes was a mistake. So we're going to be asking him 5 questions, and he's going to be answering each one of them 5 seconds, not minute again.
Okay, not minute.
All right. So my first question. At what age did you win your first crush? Like toast?
I think 8.
At 8. Wow. That early.
And now, like, what did we know then? Just yes,
primary school.
Yeah, primary school, mommy and daddy love.
Can you remember her name?
Bisola.
Wow. Okay, nice. Alright, you got that within 5 minutes. Alright, so 1/5. My next question.
Yeah.
If your dad was driving, like with you beside him, and the car eats the car of maybe your crush or your girlfriend, your girlfriend's dad's car, and they get into an argument, who are you going to be supporting?
I look away.
So you're going to look away, is that your answer? Final answer.
I'll just
decide.
I mean, they should come down. We'll settle everything.
I don't support anybody.
We'll settle everything. I like to always be fair. Because we need to first know who was at fault. If it was my dad at fault, of course I will not be shouting or whatever. I'll just daddy.
Alright. So he has 2/5. Alright, so which team do you belong to? Team A, brush your teeth before bath. Team B, bath before brushing.
Brush before bath.
Brush before bath. So within 5 minutes you answered that. That is 3. No one has scored more than 3 in this and then I'm looking. Let's wait. You've not passed the benchmark. Okay. So I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget what you made them feel. Whose quote is this? A, Maya Angelou. B, Yinka Ayefele. C, Wole Soyinka. D, Martin Luther King. Who said it?
Martin Luther King.
Wrong!
I know you're happy. You're happy because it is wrong. And I wanted to say Maya Angelou. I know it's going to be Maya Angelou. That's what I wanted to say.
But it is not saying within 5 seconds. So it's still 3/5. So you have 1 question to go. Let's see, maybe you're going to be beating Sheya Wolowo to this game.
It's Maya Angelou.
Because Alright, so let's see. The last question. I don't want you to get this, but fine. Okay, so I know that you love Pastor Crystal Erakinome. I read something about him. So within 5 seconds, we should do a mimic of a line that we like about him most. Facing the camera.
He was blind. He can see. Give the Lord a big hand.
Alright. So in both records, the last record we had was 3/5. Today we had someone that scored 4/5.
I'm not supposed to get out 5-5 because I said my Angelou.
No, what you said was Martin Luther King.
It's just because we love Martin. I wanted to give him the respect. Your name cannot be in the list too, and I will not call your name.
Okay, so we've come to the end of this game of 5, and guess what? He scored 4/5.
5/5.
Which is you scored 4, please. Remember that he won his first crush at 8. 8.
And I know it was primary school love now.
It was school love. 8 years. Okay. Alright, let's go a short break. We'll be right back.
Girl, I just want me with vibe. Girl, I just want me with you like ice water. Me, mama, but she be body. Please spend you my
freaky.
After tonight, I will like
You should know about something. So she have a catapult account to her. Freaky account of.
Freaky account now.
Put your account number here.
What's your problem? You have number time. Loro rẹ. Ọjọ́ àkọ́kọ́ bá ta lóró rẹ̀ fàgòkè. Olóka kúrẹ́ kaka. Freaky o. ọjọ́ agbọ́n bá ta lóró rẹ̀ wọ́n ọjọ́ agbọ́n kò bá ta lóró rẹ̀ fáàgò kóró kan pé ní ìtọ́ka àsùnkàn kó gbọ́dọ̀ sómé kí ọjọ́ alágbẹ̀dẹ̀dẹ̀ bá ta ọlọ́gàn ìlọ́rùn ọ̀pẹ ní ìjọ àjẹ́ ọwọ́ rẹ̀.
Alright, that was a wonderful session. I hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
And so you had 4 over 5. How do you feel about your score?
Well, I always do 5 or 5.
Well, at least.
Just because someone was doing Ojoro backstage.
You know that made you say
no problem,
Angelo.
No problem, sir.
Anyway, so we have this little gift for you. Thank you very much for creating time for us. It's very little. It's but you need to appreciate it in our own little way. Thank you for teaching youth and educating them, enlightening them on this platform. We'll be very happy to learn from you because I'm part of the youth as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you for the amazing gift.
Yeah.
God bless you and God continues to take his great heart.
Amen. Amen. So I've come to the end of this edition of the interview and I remain Temi Balogo. Thank you. Gotcha. Bye.